Hello my brothers and sisters and welcome back to another action-packed episode of Chris the Butcher and Friends. Now, if you've seen my short from yesterday, it was basically telling you and advertising the fact that I'm going to be making some pork crackling in the air fryer. The Jeffrey, to be precise. I've never cooked pork crackling in an air fryer before. I've done it loads of times on a joint of pork. I've done it loads of times in the oven, but I've never done it just crackling on its own in an air fryer. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's crack on. Before we even look at the pork skin, we've got to get our Jeffrey preheated. Now, there's 5 settings on here, not including the beef and the fries. So I don't know, what should I do? I say I'm going to cook it in an air fryer. Do I use the air fryer setting? Or do I use the roast or the bake setting? Now, normally if you're doing pork crackling, you've got to do it in the oven. So basically you're roasting it, aren't you? So, I'm going to do it on the roast setting. But I want that as high. It's 200 degrees at 30 minutes. I want that to go as high as it can, which is 250 degrees. And we're going to press start. That might take 10 minutes to preheat because it's, you know what I mean, it's going to be really screaming hot. But while we do wait for that, as you can see there is my pork skin with plenty of fat on it. And we're going to get down there proper, score one, and get it seasoned, ready for the Jeffrey. There we go. For the purpose of this video, I am only cooking one piece. I have got 4 altogether. Now, they were frozen in one block, so I had no choice but to get them all out at the same time. Defrost them all at the same time, but I am going to cook the other 3 off camera. And then obviously, you know what I mean, it'll preserve them a little bit with the salt and the pepper and hopefully cooking process. And I am going to skewer this. It's bone dry. I've dried it off and I've aired it as well, so it's bone dry. And we're just going to skewer our skin with my extremely, right now, blunt knife. It needs to go to work with me and get tickled, if you know what I mean. Which I will do on Thursday. I'm not in till Thursday, so I'm doing other things tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Wednesday. It's not bouncy castle things. I've just got other things to sort out. So hopefully, there we go. I have gone right through, but it doesn't matter because you're not going into this. You're not going into any meat or anything, right? Plenty of salt. Don't be shy with the salt. You can't mess it up. Same with the pepper. Not as much pepper as salt, but you know what I mean. And then what I'm going to do now is just pat that in. Hopefully it goes into edges there. Into there like that. Right, and leave that a couple of minutes now. Don't leave it too long with the salt on it, otherwise it'll dry out and make it soggy. So we're just waiting for the Jeffrey to come up to heat, which it should do any minute now, and we'll bash it in. As you can see, it says add. So I think we better add. I'm going on the griddle plate inside the Jeffrey as well. And it should be 30 minutes on 250 degrees. We just cook it for that 30 minutes, I think, on 250 degrees. I might keep checking it because 30 minutes might be too long. I don't know. We'll find out. It's a process elimination, this, you know what I mean? I have no idea what I'm doing. I think you all know that though, don't you? Right, yeah, we're not cooking no meat with it, so basically all we're doing is making crackling, so we don't have to turn it down and cook it like for 3 hours on 170 and stuff like that. Because all we want is the crackling, the goodness, the pigskin. Right, I'll see you in however long this takes. Right, we're at the 15-minute mark, and I think we should actually open this up and take a look, because it's smelling really quite advanced. Ugh. I don't know if you can see that on through the camera that well. Let's see if I can bring you over. There you go. That's 15 minutes in. It's starting to... It feels good. But it doesn't have the colour that I'm looking for, and it's only started bubbling. So what we're going to do, drop that, bish bash bosh, and I think we can take it at least another 10 minutes. In fact, we will do it after 10 minutes. When that's down to 5 minutes, we'll come back and we'll have another look. Right, we've got 5 minutes left, and it smells like the Burns unit at Oldham Royal. So I don't know if this is going to have worked. That is why it smells like the Burns unit at Oldham Royal. I've took it too far. Right, anyway. We'll let it cool down in a minute. We'll get it on the block. We'll chop it up, see what it tastes like. And you know what? I've got some others. So I might even try something else yet. So use table... In fact, I'm going to cook another piece in a minute. Use table salt. I'm going to cook it on a lower temperature for less time. And let's see if that works. Do you know the beauty of pork crackling is you don't need to let it rest. So, that is still hot in the sun, but I want to see if we can get a... You hear it breathe then? You know what, it kind of worked, hasn't it? I am going to go again. I was going to cook it anyway, but I might as well show you. Look at that. Look at it. Oh. I'm just letting the Jeffrey cool down, because I'm going to cook it on, I think. I'm going to try, reduce the temperature. Because it is an air fryer, I'm going to reduce it to 200 degrees. I'm going to cook it and season it with table salt, not sea salt, and I'm going to leave out the pepper. And then we're going to try it again. But before we do, we're going to get some of that. Slide it down my gizzard. Pork crackling. Take one. Smells good. Don't care what I say. It's food of the gods, but I don't recommend you eat it all the time. A lot. I also recommend you've got some teeth in your head as well. Kevin come downstairs, he saw this, he said, well, he smelled it, he said, that smells good. Kevin loves bacon. Obviously that's not bacon, but it comes from the same animal bacon comes from. Let's get a little bit of that thin piece there. That is absolutely amazing. Right, anyway, I'm going to drain the fat out of the Jeffrey, and we're going to crack on with another piece and see if I can make that even better. So we're going for take 2, and although that tastes fabulous, I'm going to be cooking. Trying it again, another one, I'll put that on the board ready. And that is, I've drained that out of the Jeffrey. That there is pork gold. Absolute pork gold. So hopefully I'll have another bit like that. So we're keeping that. It will do that. That'll make fantastic roast potatoes. I promise you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shut the lid. We're going to put it. We're going to keep the roast setting. We're going to keep it at 200 degrees for 30 minutes, and we're going to preheat that. And while that's doing, bear in mind, I've just reduced that now by 50 degrees. So we're going to get over here, there, and season this other bit of crackling. There it is. And we're going to season this liberally with just Saxa table salt. I don't know if I didn't use enough salt or did I put too. I'm not putting any black pepper in there on this either. And I don't, obviously, like I said before, I don't want the salt to stay on there too long. Get that worked in. Come on. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get the... it'll give out oil that comes off it, that renders off a nice little salty kick, won't it? Right. This video is going to be about an hour long just to make 2 pieces of pork crackling because I'm an absolute bell end and I fucked the first one up. So anyway, we'll be back when the Jeffrey has preheated. The Jeffrey has preheated. Didn't take us long this time because it's only on 200 degrees. When I say only, that's bloody hot stuff. So I'm hoping this is going to come out better, a bit browner. It's got more salt on it. I'm going to cook it the exact same time, but on a 50 degrees less. All we can do is hope. And I'll see you on the end of that hope. Like the first time, we're going to have a shufties at the 15-minute mark. Now, already, that looks better. Nowhere near as burnt. And I think another 15 minutes. I did that last one for 25 on 250, which I think was major overkill. This one, we've got table salt on it, no pepper. I'll put it on 200 degrees, and I think it's going to take the full 30 minutes. So, you know what? Lid down. Bish bash bosh. I'll see you in 15. That has been 30 minutes. So, let's have a look. Let's stick you over again. Let's pull you down. Now, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? I think we can take that another 10 minutes on 200 degrees. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. It is done. It has been 40 minutes this time, second time around on 200 degrees. So, obviously, in an air fryer, lower the temperature, cook it for longer, it's going to be better. I've had a sneak preview, I know this looks 10 times better. Da 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 da. Da. That is absolutely bang on perfect. So I'm going to get that out of there onto the chopping block. We're going to chop into that and see how the crunch is. We're going to get up here, slide it down my gizzard, and then hopefully the video's finished because it's been on long enough. ASMR, baby. Oh, ha ha ha. Second time around, I think I've nailed it. Right, let's get into it. Oh, ha, 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 ha. I'm smashing it to... Hang on. Oh, God. Oh, you see that juice coming out there then? That is absolutely bang on. Yes, you can cook. Ooh. You can cook pork scratchings in an air fryer. You just have to reduce the temperature and also cook it for longer instead of cooking it at like molten lava level for 25 minutes and it turns out like shoe leather, even though it tasted good. Right, anyway, I'm going to sort my thumbnail out and then we're going to get up here and slice some of that razor sharp pork crackling down my gizzard with a mouthful of blood because I've got no back teeth. So, let's look at what we've done so far. That was effort number 1. That did that on 250 degrees for 25 minutes in the air fryer, the Jeffrey. And it tastes alright, but it looks like... And then we have attempt number 2, which is cooked in the same air fryer, the Jeffrey, on 200 degrees with table salt for 40 minutes. And that looks absolutely bang on. So effort number 2 is definitely a winner. I've just got to try it. Oh, ripping my mouth apart. Oh, God, mate. The taste on that is 10 times better than the taste on the first one. I couldn't leave that there. I was tempted. And I thought, you know what? I've filmed it. I've done it. I fucked it up. So I thought I'd show you. I'm not a professional or an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I've never cooked pork scratchings in an air fryer before. But it turns out, cook it for longer, reduce the temperature, and you get absolutely banging pork scratchings. And the second lot are absolutely magnificent, and I liked it. If you like this, press like, comment, share it on your social media, and subscribe. And become a family member of hashtag, see it there, Team CTB. When I fucking love you.